In the previous video, I explained what the chromatic scale is and how you derive the major scale from the chromatic scale using a particular formula. This is one of many different formulas, but because the major scale is kind of a central scale in our music, I'm discussing the major scale. So I just wanted to basically show you a faster method that can be used instead of really holding all this in your head. If you're in a situation where you're playing with a group of friends and you really don't want to have to draw all this out to figure out how to get a G major scale or a D major scale, applying the skipping over your neighbors and whatnot that I discussed, this method is a lot faster. You can do it in your head once you memorize it, but I do recommend that you do memorize the tone, semitone, etc. formula for the major scale, just to understand the theory about intervals and such. So to be able to get a major scale without your formula, what we can do is also there's a series of sayings, and there's another kind of chart that's more easy to kind of hold in your mind when you're doing things on the spot. So essentially we have to answer two different questions for getting a major scale, and they're both regarding sharps or flats, because some major scales have flats, some major scales have sharps, and eventually you just get to know which ones are which while you make them. But the first question is how many sharps or flats? How many sharps or flats? And the second question is what are they? So what are the sharps and what are the flats after we know how many there are? So basically we know that the key of C has 0 sharps or flats. Here's your sharps here, sorry, here's your sharps and here's your flats. And if we go down, your first saying for the sharps would be goes, down, and ends, battle, father, with a sharp, Charles. So for any key, if you want to know what's in the key of G major, how many sharps, well, the answer would be 1. For F sharp, the answer would be 6. For C sharp, the answer would be 7. So if we were to go here, just number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And the saying goes down and ends, battle, father, Charles. For the flats, it would be father, battle, ends, and down goes Charles. And all of these would be flats. Sorry if you can hear the siren in the background. So yeah, basically if you want to know how many are within the key of B flat, well, the answer would be 2. I'll just write these here as well: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I recommend that you memorize this and the saying, all of this, father, battle, ends, it's all the same for these, so I'm not going to write that right now. And then in order to know what are they, this here answers question 1, how many. But in order to know what are they, we have to know a different order. So for the sharps, it would be father, Charles, goes, down, and ends, battle. For the flats, it would be battle, ends, and down goes Charles, father. So essentially for the key of, if I wanted to get the key of D, well, how many sharps would there be? Well, there would be goes, down, so there would be 2. And what are they? Father, Charles. So the first 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So F sharp and C sharp are in the key of D major. If I want to know E flat major, well, how many? 1, 2, 3. Father battle ends. What are they? Battle ends and. So you just go the same number down on the other side. Eventually, if you do enough of these, you won't really need to draw this out. You'll just know it in your head. It's the fastest method that I know of to figure out without strict memorization of every key. If you have a brain like that, great. I don't. But this serves you well in situations where you need to construct a major scale. In the following video, I'll give you an example of applying these rules, and then also chord transposition of a song, and we'll go from there. So if you're in the Toronto area and you're not one of my students and you're looking for a teacher in voice, guitar, piano, bass, ukulele, or just general composition and music theory, please comment on the video, or I'll have my contact information at the bottom of the description. So thank you.